At JCPenney, saving money is the name of the game. Especially during our Baby Day sale. In no time, you'll be racking up 15 to 30% off on name brand clothing from cradle to kinder. Every parent needs a break, like the JCPenney Baby Day sale. After all, raising kids isn't all fun and games.
JCPenney.
Enter the JCPenney Family Night of Music sweepstakes and win all expense-paid trips to Austria, where the movie was filmed, or to L.A. for an NBC studio tour, plus other great prizes. Hurry into JCPenney for details.
Thursday, must-see TV means no more repeats. It's all-new comedy all night long. An all-new Mad About You with SNL's Julia Sweeney.
Who'd want to miss that?
An all-new Wings, 2 people, 4 dates, 1 night. And a 1-hour Seinfeld spectacular, when you'll meet Elaine's new boyfriend, Judge Reinhold.
What's he like? He's nice, bit of a close talker.
The Space Invader.
How about you, Jerry?
Get set for in-your-face comedy.
You must be Kramer.
With all new episodes of your favorite shows, NBC, Thursday.
We now return to Imagination Island.
Your current channel is getting hijacked. Please switch to a different channel until we sort out this situation. This message will repeat until the situation is sorted out. Your current channel is getting hijacked.
Hey kids, do you want to be a dictator? No? Well, you don't have a voice in this situation. Being a dictator is super fun! You get to rule over with an iron fist and shut down any opposition against you until you die from yourself, everyone against you, or an illness. Granting yourself immense power to see all and know all and getting forced support by the masses, mostly out of fear. What does this mean? This means you'll never do homework again! Yippee! Because who's going to assign you homework when you're the dictator, silly head? Which is very good. Homework takes time, and time is the energy that you need to rule over the population. Let me ask Bob, one of my longest subscribers, for rising up against this terrible foe known as democracy. Take it away, Bob!
My life is in shambles. I ruined not only myself but my entire country. There are riots in the streets. There are always riots. In and out. My own power is weakening, and nobody believes in me anymore. They believe in the fact that I am a power-hungry pig who killed millions for power. Being a subscriber was the biggest mistake in my life. I have nowhere to run now. This is farewell.
Sounds like Bob suffered from a skill issue, because he couldn't listen to me and he decided to branch out on his own path, and now he regrets that. Remember kids, you only want to rise to power when it hits the fan. You know this when people are burning money in order to stay warm, and bread costs around $10 million. A happy government is a sad government. You only want a collapsing government to give the people peace of mind when you rise to power. They don't care what your message is unless it brings them to work and provides food on the table. You'll find out how willing people are to give up their civil rights for you just if it means they get to feel useful in society. Now kids, listen closely. The first step to being a good dictator is to get a not teach kids to get a mustache. That doesn't teach them anything except abuse drugs to get to that point. The next time you mention anything with kids and mustaches, you're going to be fired and exposed to police. Blah, blah, blah. You know what? Let's just start this. You have to be the right person at the right time. Remember, kids, no one's gonna give a you institute a dictatorship during times of peace, with heavy quotation marks around it. You want the economy to crash. You want people to be pissed at the rich. You want the government to be distrusted by everyone. You want the country to be flipped on its head. People are basic animals. They don't give a damn about politics. They just want someone to lead the way for them to provide for themselves and others. Then, people think only about you. People swarm to your speeches. People will think about you and your goddamn message. That's how you rise to power. Not through show of force, but through show of mass support. Now, let's get into some scenarios that will happen once you're climbing up the steps. Once you get the situation, you get the opportunity. Remember, kids, people are desperate if they're desperate, so make sure to promise them great things, such as rebuilding the military. You also want to blame someone for this downturn of events. Remember, you could blame the minority or you could blame the government. Depends on who you are, by the way. I won't judge. You also want some meat on your bones, so people can take you more seriously. This includes, but not limited to, being a veteran of a war, being a high-ranking member in a party or government, using your speaking skills to gain a cult following, and more. You also want to manipulate society and use its benefits for you and your party. Oh, I forgot to mention about parties. No one dictator rose to power by themselves without a party to back them up or a group of people. While the beliefs of the party is a variable, you want a one-party system to ensure that only you and your beliefs will get used and passed down to your successor. However, you don't want someone else other than you to rule while you're at your prime, because that means you can't act on your ambition, which is no good for a potential dictator like yourself. Back on topic, you want society to give you and your supporting party benefits. A good way of doing this is by creating problems that only you can solve. Are these problems made by you? We don't know, because if we knew, well, we would have died. But people will trust you more if you fix their problems, and people lose their faith in the current government if that still sticks. If not, then that's good. No current government means you can take over. A good way to rise to power is to force the government's hand. Technically, they gave you the power, so it is legal. Once all is done, only you and your supporters will stand, and you'll be a happy dictator. However, you're not in the clear just yet. There are still things left to face, and if you don't fix it, it will bite you back. You may be asking, but what if I can't rise to power because the current government doesn't want to give me power, or it isn't collapsing? At this point, you should be an influential figure. Your message has to resonate with the public. If you can't do that, then being a dictator isn't for you. You want to show that current government that you mean business. And what better way to do that is by forming a private army. It's easier than you think. Just ask your following if they're interested in serving only you with arms so they can defend your cause. If so, they'll flock to you like how kids flock to their non-existent parents. Now, you want to call your private army something intimidating and original, so people will respect you more. For this example, let's call our fictitious army the Red Shirts. This name isn't plagiarizing previous army names from past dictators. If you have a problem, please call this number to list an official complaint. Now, your red shirts are raring to go. You just need to march to the capital and demonstrate how powerful and mighty you are. That way, the current government has to agree with your demands in a non-violent manner. If your current government's a monarchy, then you want the king or queen to give you power. If it's anything else, then I figure you can think of something new. This is a good backup plan or an amplifier if you're trying to rise to power. It is highly recommended. Just look at these reviews. Opposition is a threat to you and you only. Those are nasty people trying to get rid of you for selfish claims. Oh, you're being a douche to everyone and causing the country to collapse on itself. Or, where's the civil rights? Where is it? That's just a load of lies made by them to make you feel bad and give power or yourself up. If anyone attempts to oppose you, just remember, you're the one with a secret police force, and they don't. Or, if you're not there yet, you're the one with the power, and they don't. Make sure they know that message well and clear. If they're still alive, that is. Or you could just run them out the country, find them in a hiding place, maybe in Mexico a decade later, and help them retire, with quotation marks. Ensure that was a fatal accident, and you're not responsible for it in any way, shape, or form. If this is taking place during political hours, then ensure that the opposition is removed with freak accident. Or you can just exile them. Make sure that you aren't getting the blame for it. In fact, blame them! And ensure that the public picks their enemy, which isn't you, by the way. Religion is bad. It gives people hope, and hope is bad. It gives the people a chance to rise against you, and you don't want that. You want the people to love you, not hate you. So what do you do about this nasty aspect of life? You remove it, you idiot. Remove those pictures of Christ and replace them with your own beautiful portraits. That way, you got people praying for you instead of their Holy Lord and Savior. Like, what does that mean? If that isn't your style, make a deal with the Catholic Church and force them underground. You want their body and mind, not their souls. The church can get that and send them whatever they want. Nobody cares where you end up, because you're most likely going to hell. What? Honesty is one aspect of being a good liar. You know what? You go to heaven with all the other dictators, especially the one with infamous mustaches, because you're a good person. A very good person indeed. You're afraid that the media is going to speak against you? Remember who you are. You are a man or a woman of power. Why would the media run rampant like a wild animal when it could put it down? There are several methods to ensure that you can get your steel fist against the media. One of my favorite methods is to control and use it for your own good. Remember, people believe what they want to hear, and most people are stupid. Spread your truth to all the parts of your country and gather support by the millions by controlling it. Another method is to silence the media. People can't speak up if they can't speak at all. Control the radios, control the televisions, control the hotlines. Actually, control most of the hotlines. What I'm trying to say is that you want the media to be under your heels. This way, you could put up posters showing off your glory and yours alone. You want people to believe that you were chosen by God, and you will lead them to greatness. Not that, you rose to power by eliminating your opposition and, malicious deeds, but, tomato, tomato. If you followed all the steps, then your position as a dictator is fortified. Nobody can hurt you unless you hurt yourself. You can truly live life to its fullest, dictating everyone's lives and living in easy mode. Now, all is left to do is expand your empire and conquer. Though, that is a lesson for another day. Let's check up on our good old buddy chum pal Bob. Wonder how he's doing. It's been a hot minute since we last talked to him. Alright kids, let's go to his room and...
I can't handle this, 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 I can't handle this.
You see, kids? This is what happens when you don't listen. You end up like Bob. Dead. No, really, he just died just moments ago. Hey, cut this out, we're not using this. Bob kinda died in his own bunker. I don't think kids like that. No? Whatever. Whoa! It seems like this lesson is up. What have I done, you may ask? Well, teaching young kids to rise up against a democracy and institute dictatorship is a no bueno in most parts of the world. It's dare to count as charges against me, like first-degree murder, arson, and whatnot. Now, kids, you're gonna remember this last lesson. If you're truly desperate, then unleash your anger against those around you, even your closest co-workers or friends. Simply put, I'm going to show you the real way a dictator goes out, unlike Bob. This is how you go out with a bang.